Good afternoon, family. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, Chef JT. Not just chefing in the kitchen, I be chefing up information. Also, the #1 grinder. Respect my existence. Told y'all I'm gonna hit you with another one. We're gonna do another special one. This one's one of my heroes, the late great Diahann Carrol. Multi-talented. I'll post 2 songs in the description box that I will read in a few minutes. We're waiting for some more people to fill up in the chat. But this is a great woman. A trailblazer too. Not just for women, but throughout humanity and especially for our people. We need to put some respect on her name. Like I said, I post 2 songs in the description box. So we're waiting for some more people to come in before we're going to learn more about this great woman. So waiting for some more people to come in. I'm glad everybody's doing okay. Sorry about that, family. Wait for some more people to come in. Hey, what's going on, Barbara? Thanks for coming. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Welcome. Denise, how you doing? How you doing today? Everything's all right. Thanks for coming. We're waiting for some more people to come. Now I just say what's up. Hope you enjoyed this story of the great Diahann Carrol. So we're waiting for some more people to come on through. Let's learn. So welcome Barbara Wesley and Eunice Outlet. And especially the ladies. I want the ladies to really forward up in this chat. I remember when I was little, I used to listen to her sing. She had a beautiful voice. She put out some music too throughout the years. Matter of fact, you're both here. I'll put in the description box. A Quiet Nights. It was written by Jobin. I believe he was a French writer. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I've seen it before, but she sang Quiet Nights. I think she was one of the original ones put that at Quiet Nights. And also the second song, Sent in the Clowns. So we're waiting for some more people to come in. I welcome the queens in the chat. Appreciate you showed up. It's going to wait for some more people to come in. And glad everybody's doing all right. So like I said, wait for some more people to come in. The ones who's new, please subscribe and like to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. That'd be very much appreciated. It's on YouTube. We on YouTube right now. Ones who don't know. We're just waiting for some more people. I hope everybody's safe. The ones who listen from out there, just come on in. Just come on in and listen to the great Diahann, the late great Diahann, multi-talented. Let me say it again. The late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol. Yeah. So we'll wait for some more people to come through. Come on in. Yep. I know where I'm at is nice, it's breezy, the sun come out in and out and everything. Well, while we wait for some more people to come through, want y'all to check out the lives that I did in the past. Let's get them likes up. Very much appreciated. So people, and y'all can also share this stream out and others that I did in the past, and so more people could see it. That'd be greatly appreciated. Mm, Um, there's a whole lot of things that's been happening um in this world, so we got to keep our eye on that. You know, but it's just a great woman, great queen, the late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol. Like I said, one of my sheroes. I'm gonna say heroes. One of my sheroes. You know, I believe that she had the Walk of Fame on Tyler Perry studios too, if I'm not mistaken. Or there is a building named after her. I think one of those, something like that. But so he's a big fan of Diahann Carrol, so I need to throw that in too. But she a trailblazer. She is a definite trailblazer. That I find that it gets me angry throughout the years that she's not mentioned of these other women. You know, I should say she did it her way. You know? Wow, we lost the great comedian and actor John Witherspoon, but Diahann Carrol too. But she passed away before John Witherspoon did. You know, but we wait for like some more people. I get at least about 2 or 3 more minutes, then we get on the story, and we're gonna celebrate the life of the late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol. Yeah, we gonna celebrate her. So give like 2 more minutes. Then we go. I don't want to give y'all, a lot, but don't worry, don't worry. We gonna celebrate the life. Well, seem like we lost the good ones in our community, in our people, right? Always the worst ones be around. So funny, right? But I'm glad Barbara Wesley and your niece still here. I appreciate that. Um, gonna get like at least about a minute and a half more, then get on with the story. Yeah, we'll get on with the story. Wait, let's say about another minute. We're gonna get on with the story then. Ones who come in late, they just had to catch it on upload, rewind, and give it a few more seconds. Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, chef. I'm Chef JT, not just chefing in the kitchen. I be chefing up information. Respect my existence. There it is. So don't wait for a few more seconds. Then we're gonna get this cracking. All right, family. And again, ones who listen from outside, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right, now we will get this going here. Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, Alan Crooks Day. There you go. What's going on, Alan Crooks? Thanks for coming. And we're gonna get on the story. We're gonna read about the late, great, multi-talented Diahann Carrol. I'm glad you came, Alan Crooks. Before I continue, I posted 2 songs in the description box. One named Quiet Nights. It was written by Joe Ben, but it was sang by Diahann Carrol. I believe that was in the 50s. Also, Diahann Carrol made Sing in the Clowns. Sing in the Clowns. That's the second one. Also, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna read about the story. Thanks again for being there with me. So here it is, Diahann Carrol. There it is. Um, Her born name was Carrol Diahann Johnson. She was born July 17th, 1935, passed away October 4th, 2019. Was an American actress, singer, model, and activist. She rose to prominence in some of the earliest major studio films. Features black cast, including Carmel Jones, 1954, Porgy and Bess. Also, she came out an album on that too, 1959. In 1962, Carrol won. She also won. In 1962, Carrol won a Tony Award for Best Actress, a first for an African American woman for her role, Broadway musical No Strings. Let me read it again. In 1962, Carrol won a Tony Award for his Best Actress, a first for an African American woman for her role in the Broadway musical No Strings, Trailblazer. But it doesn't stop there. All right, so I'm gonna read other things, then we get back to the story. She was born in Bronx, New York. She was 84. Education, music, and arts high school. That's in definitely New York. Alma mater, New York University. Actress, singer, fashion model, activist. Hometown Harlem, New York. Stand up spouses. Moni Day, 1956 to 1963. Fred Goldsmith, 1973. That must be a Norman. Robert D. Leon, 1975. He passed away in 1977. Vic Damone, 1987 to 1996. And Cynthia Portier, 1959 to 1968. Now there are some people said that she was the Cynthia Portier was married. I think he's still married, but I guess he had an affair with her. So I guess they was talking to and David Frost, 1970, 1973. So she had a son. It says one child, but she had a son. The awards, 1969 Golden Globe Award for Best TV Star, Julia. Like I said, that was horrible. I would go into that. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about it right now. If y'all can hear me, press 1. Her 1968 debut in Julia, the first series of American television to star a black woman in a non-stereotypical role. was a milestone both in her career and in the media. In the 1980s, she played in the role of Dominic DeVos, a mixed-race diva in the primetime soap opera Dynasty. I know y'all remember that one. Me too. Carrol was recipient of numerous stage and screen nominations and awards, including the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in Television Series in 1968. She received an Academy Award for Best Actress nomination for the film Claudine. That was in 1974. She was also a breast cancer survivor and activist. All right. Thanks. Early years. Carrol Diahann Johnson was born in the Bronx, New York City on July 17, 1935, as I said, to John Johnson, a subway conductor, and Mabel Falk, a nurse. While Carrol was still an infant, the family moved to Harlem, where she grew up. She attended music and high school. She was a classmate of Billy D. Williams. Wow, I didn't know that one. Okay, that means Billy D. was in New York too. Okay. In many interviews about her childhood, Carrol recalled her parents' support and their role in her dance and singing and modeling classes. By the time Carrol was 15, she was modeling for Ebony. She also began entering television contests, including Arthur Godfrey Talent Scouts, under the name Diahann Carrol. After graduating from high school, she attended New York University, where she majored in psychology. But she left because graduating. She but she left before graduating to pursue a show business career, promising her family if the career does not materialize in 2 years, she will return to college. All right. Carrol big break came at the age of 18 when she appeared at a contest on the Dumont Television Network program, Chance of a Lifetime, hosted by Dennis James. On the show, which airs January 8th, 1954, she took the $1,000 top prize for a recognition of a Jerome Kerr Oscar Hammerstein song, Why I Was Born. Why I Was Born. She went to win the following 4 weeks engagement at Manhattan Cafe Society and Latin Quarters nightclub soon followed. Latin Night Quarter, that's in Manhattan. You throw that in. Carrol's film debut was a supporting role in Carmen Jones, 1954, as a friend to a social leading character played by Dorothy Dandridge. Yeah, I gotta read. I think I did one of. I think I did Dorothy Dandridge. I gotta find out. If not, they're gonna do her in the near future too. That same year, she started on in the Broadway musical House of Flowers. A few years later, she played Clara in the film version of George Gershwin's Best, 1959. As I said before, she came out with an album the same title that year too. But her character singing parts was opera singer Louis Jean Norman. The made his appearance in the series Peter Gunn in the episode Sing a Song of Murder. That's in 1960. In the next 2 years, she started with Sidney Poitier, Paul Newman, the young Paul Newman, and Joanne Woodward, the young Joanne Woodward, in the parts in the film Paris Blues, 1961, and won, check this out, family, and won the 1962 Tony Award for Best Actress, the first time for a black woman, for portraying Barbara Woodward in the Samuel A. Taylor and Richard Rodgers musical, No Strings. That's what we heard before. 20 years old, scrapbook boxing. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. 20 years later, she's nominated for Academy Award for Best Actress for starring role along James Earl Jones, the film Claudine. Now, I talk about Claudine because it's one of the best films that I ever seen in '74. The late great Curtis Mayfield did a soundtrack of Claudine, and that was one of the three soundtracks that he did in the '70s. So I'm gonna start right there. He did Superfly '72, Claudine '74, and Short Eyes '76. A late great Aretha Franklin, she did the song "Give Me Something the Way I Feel." You to throw that in. That's from the Short Eyes soundtrack that Curtis Mayfield did in '76. I need to throw that in, let you know. Which part led been written specifically for actress Diahann, who had made guest appearance on Juliet as Carrol's cousin Sarah. But shortly before the film was to begin, she learned she was terminally ill with cancer. Sand attempted to carry on the road, but as filming began, she became too ill to continue and recommended her friend Carrol to take over the role. Sands died in September 1970 before the film release in April 1974. Wow, that's sad. Carrol is known for her dual role in the television series Juliet 1968, which made her first African actress to star her own television series, which did not play a domestic worker. That role won her Global Award for Best Actress in a Television Series for its year, and a nomination for an Emmy Award in 1969. Some of Carrol's early work also includes appearances on shows hosted by Johnny Carson, Julie Garland, Murray Bobbitt, Jack Parr. Jack Parr was a giant. Throw that in. Ed Sullivan also was a giant. And the Hollywood Pilots and variety shows. And the Hollywood Pilots variety show that was something back in the '50s. In 1984, Carrol joined the nighttime soap opera dynasty as mixed-rich jet diva Dominique DeVoe, Blake Carrington's half-sister. Her high-profile role of dynasty also reunited her with her schoolmate Billy D. Williams, who briefly played her unseen husband Brad Lloyd. Carrol remained on the show until 1987. Simultaneously made several appearances on the show spin-offs. The Colbys, she received her third Emmy nomination in 1989 for the recurring role of Marion Gilbert in A Different World. I know y'all remember that. Me too. Carrol portrayed Alina Potter, the doting, concerned, and protective wife of Jimmy Potter, portrayed by Chuck Patterson in The Five Heartbeats in 1991. I know you remember that too. A musical drama film also featured actor and musician Robert Townsend and Michael Wright. In a 1995 reunion with Billy D. Williams, in Lawson Drive, the series, she played Miss Grayson, the wife of Williams' character. In 1995, Carrol starred in as a self-loving and deluded silent film star Norma Desmond in a Canadian production of Andrew Lloyd Webber musical version of the film Sunset Boulevard. In 2001, Carrol made an animation debut, The Legends of Tarzan, which she voiced Queen La, ruler of ancient city of Opa. Carrol appeared, and thanks for y'all for coming. Francis Akins, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Carrol appeared in the television medical drama Grey's Anatomy 2006 as Jane Burke, the demanding mother of Dr. Preston Burke. From December 2008, she appeared in the USA Network series White Collar as June, the savvy widow who rents out her guest room to Neil Coffee. In 2010, Carrol was featured in Global Entertainment Breast Cancer documentary drama titled A Minute, and she appeared as Nanny in two Lifetime Awards adaptations of Patricia Cornwell movies At Risk and The Front. In 2013, Carrol was present on stage for the 65th Primetime Emmy Awards to briefly speak about being the first African American nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award. She was quoted as saying about Kerry Washington nominated to Scandal, She's better get this award. Washington mostly states that Carrol was the first black performer ever to be nominated for an Emmy. In fact, at least 3 black performers were nominated before Carrol. At the Waters for a guest appearance on Route 66 in 1962. Harry Belafonte was nominated in 1956 and 1961 and won 1960. And Sammy Davis was nominated in 1956 with Belafonte, who was first nominated in 1963. Now you see that, family? Despite we show prominence, it still denies. But these are the names that I named. Etta Waters, Harry Belafonte. I want you to look at Etta Waters one day. You will see we're going to Harry Belafonte and Sammy Davis Jr. These are heavyweights, not in our community, but in mainstream media back then, and still was not getting notoriety. Need to throw that in. Personal life. Carrol was married 4 times. Her father boycotted the ceremony for her first wedding to record producer Money K in 1956, which was presented owned by Adam Clay Powell at Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem that I did a special live about him. Check that out. The marriage ended in 1962. The union produced a daughter, Suzanne K. Bradford, born September 9, 1960, who became a journalist and screenwriter. I thought she had a son, but couldn't find the daughter. Okay. Stand to be wrong. No doubt. In 1959, Carrol began a 9-year affair with married actor Cynthia Portier. She said Portier persuaded her to divorce her husband and said he would leave his wife to be with her. When Carrol got her divorce, Portier did not keep his part of the bargain. Wow. Eventually, he divorced his wife, according to Portier. Excuse me. Their relationship ended because he requested to live with Carrol for 6 months without her daughter present, so she would not jump from one marriage straight into another. She refused. Hey, City Portier, okay. You were a dog, huh? Carrol dated and was engaged with a British television host and producer David Frost from 1972 to 1973. In 1973, Carrol surprised the press by marrying Las Vegas beauty owner Fred Grossman. After 4 months of marriage, Grossman filed for divorce in June 1973. Carrol filed a response, did not contest the divorce, and was finalized 2 months later. While Grossman was reportedly physical abuser. On May 25, 1975, Carrol, then age 39, married Robert Diahann, the 24-year-old managed editor of Jet magazine. They met when Diahann assigned himself to a cover story of Carrol about her 1975 Oscar nomination for clothing. Diahann had a child from previous marriage. Carrol moved to Chicago where Jack was headquarters, but Leon soon quit his job, so the couple relocated to Oakland. Carrol was widowed 2 years later, Dion was killed by a car accident. Wow. Carrol's fourth marriage was to a singer, Vic Diahann, in 1987. The union which Carrol admitted was terminated and had legal separation in 1991, reconciliation, and divorce in 1996. Charitable work. Carrol was founding member of the Celebrity Action Council, a volunteer group of celebrity women who serve women arteries of the Los Angeles mission, work with women and rehabilitated from problems with alcohol, drugs, or prostitution. She helped from the group along with other females. Television personalities holding Mary Fern, Linda Gray, Donna Mills, and Joan Van Ark. I believe that's back like in the 80s family. Carrol was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1997. She said the diagnosis stung her because there was no family history of breast cancer. But she always led a healthy lifestyle. She underwent 9 weeks of radiation therapy and has been cleared since. She frequently spoke of the need of early detection and prevention of the disease. She died, like I said, like your father before. She died on October 4th, 2019 in Los Angeles, age 84. And we're going to go by, and we're going to talk about the films that she did. 1954, I say Carmen Jones. 1959, Poetry and Best, that she also put an album out. Oh, 1961, Goodbye Again, Paris Blues. 1967, Hurry Sundown. 1968, The Split. 1974, As You Know, Claudine. 1991, Defy Heartbeats. 1992, Color Adjustment. 1997, Ease Value. That's when the director of this picture is Samuel L. Jackson. Right, Samuel L. Jackson directed the picture. In 1997, Ease Value. You throw that in. 2008, Over the River, A Life of Lydia Marie Child. Apple is Freedom. 2013, Tyler Perry Presents People. 2015, The Masked Saint. Television. Now I just read about the movies. Okay. Now we're going to deal with the television. If y'all can hear me, press 1, please. 1954, Chance of a Lifetime. She played herself. 1954, The Sixth Skeleton Hour. Played herself. 1995, General Electric Theater. She played somebody else. Tonight Show, 1957 through 1961, she played herself. The Ed Sullivan Show, 1957 and 68. She was going off on these shows, so she rose herself. The Gary Moore Show, 1959, 1962, she come on herself. 1960, Peter Gunn, she played somebody else. A Man of the Moon, 1960, also 1960. It says TV movie, okay. 1962, Where's My Line? Mystery Guest. 1962, Naked City. She played for somebody else. Okay, thank you. 1963, 1975, Merle Griffin Show. She came on herself. And Merle Griffin, that show was on for only more little herself. People say, "What's Julie sounds?" She was an original little child. I think she's 39. She could go, and it was okay back then. It was okay, so I need to throw that in. So she was original Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz back in 1939. Need to throw that in. The Danny Kaye Show. She come on in herself. That's 1964, 1967. 64, 1964, 1969. She came with the episodes herself. The D. Martin Show. Mike Douglas Show. That's 65 to 71. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna get to that. Steve Martin Show, 1965, 1971. Mike Douglas Show, 1966 through 1968. She came on herself. She made episodes coming on herself. Mike Douglas Show was on for a minute too. The Carrol Burnett Show. Carrol Burnett been on for a show been on a long time too. She came on us only 2 episodes, 67, 71. Francis Albert Sinatra does thing, 1968 herself. Julia, as we already know, that's what she won the award, 68 through 71. She plays Julia Baker. 1969, The Joey Bishop Show, but that's the only one episode. Dick Cavett Show, his show was last for a long time too. 1972, and she played herself. Now the Dick Cavett Show, he also had other black entertainers on there too. And you throw that in Dick Cavett Show. He was a white guy, so he did have some black entertainers on there too throughout the 60s and the 70s and stuff. I don't know what year he started, but that show he was on for a long time. 1972, the new Bill Cosby Show. I didn't know. Yeah, he did have a show. Okay, in 72, herself one episode. 1975, Death Scam. She played somebody else. 76, the Diahann Carrol Show. Only 4 episodes herself. 1977, Love Boat. She played somebody else. Hollywood Squares. Herself. She was in a few episodes on that. Star Wars Holiday Special back in 78. The Roots, The Next Generation. She plays Leona Haley. 1979, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. She plays somebody else at 79. 1972, Sister. She plays somebody else. Dynasty, as you already know. 1984 to 1987. A lot of episodes. Dominic DeVoe. 1985 through 1986, the Kobe's. That's with the Dynasty. Same name, but less episodes. 1989, From the Dead of the Night. Another role. A Different World, Marion Gilbert. Different World. Y'all remember that. She was on a few episodes on that. That's from 1989 to 1993. 1990, Murder in Black and White. She played somebody else. 1991, Sunday in Paris. She played somebody else. The Sinbad Show. She played somebody else. Burke Law. She played somebody else. Evening Shade. She played somebody else. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read it. The Sinbad Show. I'm sorry. Sunday in Paris. 1991. The Sinbad Show. 1993. 1994. Burke Law. She played somebody else. 1994, also 1994, Eva Slade. She played somebody else. 1994 to 1995, Lonesome Dove, the series. She played somebody else. Perry Mason, Mysteries, The Case of the Legal Lifestyle. Perry Mason. That's in 1994. Also, Perry Mason had a series back towards the early 60s, if I'm not mistaken. In 1995, Touched by Angel played somebody else. And this is all television family. The Sweetest Gift, she played somebody else. That's 1998. Touched by Angel, I'm sorry. Touched by Angel was 1995. 1998, The Sweetest Gift, played somebody else. 1999, Having Our Stay, the Delaney sisters' first 100 years. That was based on a true story. She played, that's based on true story. Jackie's Back. She played herself. 1990. That's 1999. Also 1999. Twice in a Lifetime. She played somebody else. 2000. Courage to Love. She played somebody else. That's 2000. Also 2000, I Hear Music, Emerging Scandal. That based on a true story too. That's 2008. Also 2000, Happy Ever After, Fairy Tales Every Child. Also 2000. Also 2000, Living for Love, the Natalie Cole story. That's based on a true story. The late great Natalie Cole. The Legend of Tarzan. That's when she did animation. That's 2001. 2002, The Court by somebody else. 2002. Also 2002, Diahann played for somebody else. 2003, Strong Medicine played somebody else. 2003 through 2004, Soul Food. Actually, I don't remember that. 2003, 2004. Also 2004, she played for somebody else. 2006, 2007, Grey Anatomy. She played Janet Bird. Just a few episodes on that. 2008, Back to You. She played somebody else. 2009 to 2004, The White Collar. She played June Ellington. 25 episodes. 2010, At Risk, Nanny, TV movie. The Front, as I mentioned. Also 2010, same name. 2010, Diahann Carrol, The Lady, The Music, The Legend. She played herself. 2010, Diary of a Single Woman. She plays a therapist. And then their discography, so different. She did some music back then, y'all. She made a lot of music. Oh, she did a tribute to Etta Ward in 78. Time of My Life, 1997. She won a 1975 NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Actress in the Motion Picture. I believe that's for Claudine. 1969 Global Award for Best TV Star, that's Julia. 1960 Tony Award for Best Performance by Leading Actress in Musical No Strings. We read about that. 2011, she inducted to the Television Academy Hall of Fame. 1962, nomination, Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Single performed by actress of leading roles. Naked City. Read by Julia. Okay. Global Award. Okay. Julia. Okay. 1992 Women of Film Crystal Award. 1998 Women in Film Lucy Award. I think they named that award Lucille Ball. I think I could be wrong. Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Performance in the Children's Special Series, The Sweetest Gift in the 2000 NAACP Award for Outstanding Actress in a Mini Television Movie. Having Outstanding 2005 NAACP Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in Television Drama Series Soul Food. 2008 Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest in a Drama Series Grey's Anatomy. Well, it goes to show, family, that like you said, because she really enjoyed the arts. What are we talking about? Great women that's in the arts. They never really mention the late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol. She loves the arts, and she almost had a clean sweep of the arts of the awards that she had. And she played with big names too. And also, you gotta understand back then too, it was white women back then was getting all the notarized than a black woman, and she had to go against that. I know that the media want to talk about, oh yeah, she had to go against men. Yeah, she had to go against men. But even back then, our people was not winning awards like that. So when she won a Tony Award back in '69 of the drama series Julia, that was groundbreaking. Not just for women, for our people, because the names of Harry Belafonte, um, the great Harry Belafonte, the great late great um Sammy Davis Jr. and others, and Etta Waters. That's like back in the 40s. These are great names, and they was nominated, and she pulled it through. So we have to understand that she was a trailblazer of a lot of things, and also she was an excellent singer too. Let me read it again. Quiet Nights, read by Jobin. I think believe he was French, but she's sang by Diahann Carrol. I believe that's back in the 50s. Quiet Nights. And another song, Sin, another song. That's the first song. The second song, also in the description box, Sin in the Clowns. You need to check that out. And she still don't get the credit that you should deserve. She was an all-around actress too. And you figure that the work that she put in throughout the 50s and the 60s, even she won the Tony Award, that she gonna get better roles now. But I know that she enjoyed playing in Claudine. And I want you to get that picture. I want to get that picture. Because she had to take up somebody else's spot. Like I read again, she passed away in 73. And she came in and did an outstanding job. But she did it her way. Also, she was an activist for breast cancer. Now, I know people say, oh, that's great, she breast cancer. Now, why they don't say that in mainstream media, that she was an advocate for breast cancer. She's a woman, right? We know she's a woman, but they always put other women, other nationalities of women. Oh, look at her. She's a breast cancer advocate. But she got breast cancer even years ago and still was fighting. But you never hear that part about her story. But it goes to show how the media still see us. And I just hope that there are some black women will understand what I'm saying in the story. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's my hero. And I wish that black women would do more stories about our women in the past. And stop thinking that they just did it for women's rights. No, they did it for our people too. Because at that time, the roles for a black woman, even the black man too, but even especially even the roles for a black woman, that as a stand-up people person she is was scandalous. They was hardly none that back in the days. Even they had them. They wanted to act a certain way. Even the black man too. But they don't want to talk about it because they want to feel that, oh yeah, but she was scrambling too, like the black man did too. But we ain't gonna talk about the black man right now. We're gonna talk about the late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol. Came from my hometown, New York. Stand up. Yeah. Yeah, Alan Crooks. So, but I like Quiet Nights, but listen to the song. Like I said, I posted in the description box. Diahann Carroll sending the clowns. That was deep. I believe that was in the '60s. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but we have to understand the times back then. You know, our women was really scrambling for good roles because back then, if you see when they say I had single, when they had like mothers, they had like white mothers and fathers had a family together, and they act like, oh, this is good old African, good old. Thank you, I appreciate that, Holly Crooks. They put them on. Oh, this is all American. But they wasn't doing that for the black woman. They wasn't doing that for our people. That's why they was iconic when we see Claudine with James Earl Jones, I mean, in '74. Think of Good Times. Let me tell you a little story of Good Times before I continue. The late great Esther Rowe was fighting the producers and the writing of the people of Good Times to make sure that that John Amos stay around, be a father, that be as a family. They all that time they want to be her to be a single mother with kids just to kill them, don't be around. But she fought. Maybe she didn't win, but she made sure that there is a positively, of the family with the black man that stood for. And I salute her for that. So we have to understand, even back then, they did not value us as being in the family playing those roles back then. And when I'm talking about Good Times now, I'm talking about that Good Times. That was back in the mid-set. That was like going towards the mid-70s. I did touch on that, you already know, like for 30, 40, 50 years before that. So we have to understand our history when it comes to music and arts and all that. We was not we was not really part of the decision making of roles that we played in. I mean, there are some, but it had a ripple effect. So we had to get wherever roles to feed our family, just to put us out there, so we could break that chain that they have around us. And I'm talking about Hollywood, because they didn't see us in that character. So and I don't want you to skip over. So when you see these actors, even back in the '20s, making the fool out themselves and everything, and Pete Townsend talk about that. Those are the roles they already had back then. And then some of our people is making fun at them. Oh, they shouldn't do this and that. So what they supposed to do back then? That was part of the arts. I know deep down said they didn't want to do it, but they paid the way. And even the actress back, back in the 1920s, they paid the way. They made it a little easier for Diahann, Carrol, and the ones who like maybe 30, maybe 25, 30, 40 years after that. They didn't change all that much. So we gotta understand the eras of the music and arts that our people was in. And we created music and art. There's no doubt about that. But we wasn't getting credit. Wherever Diahann Carroll sang, she put a spin on it. Wherever role that she in, she put a spin on it. I'm not saying that it wasn't all that easy, because at that time, like I said, it wasn't. But she had to overcome a whole lot of even women, even women's not our color. Who's not our color. They was getting great roles. Thank you. I should thanks a lot, Tony. Tony Smith, do me a favor. Could you go and put out my information, including my Cash App, please? You can put all of it out for me, please. Can you post that for me, please? Even my Cash App. I appreciate that. I salute you, Tony Brown. Thank you. So, and I'm talking to black women. Better understand. Y'all be saying, "Oh yeah, we want this and that." Look. Oh, I'm just saying. Look at the late great multi-talented, Diahann Carrol. She was a trailblazer, and even got women right now. Tony Smith, go to my description box and yeah, go to my description box and just post all of it. All right. So hold on, let me see something. So we was not getting we was not getting the roles. They put this in. We was not getting the roles that we should. But the ones we got, we have to go out for it. And all I'm just saying that we got to put more respect to people, the queens in the past, like Diahann Carroll, that she was not telling that she could be more great than she is. She great right now. There's no doubt about that. But she was getting passed over for other women too. And that story needs to be told. That's my cash app. But if you can find it, 20 minutes, you can post that again too. Thank you. And that's the thing. Picture, you know that you put in the work. You went to college. You went to the agency, and especially you graduated top of your class, and you getting pushed over. You getting passed over, and you had to move up on the chain. And it seems like when you move up on the ladder, it's like the needle is not going fast, and you continue getting pushed down. It's not just happened to the black man back then, but it's happened to a black woman too. That's why at that time with some black women, they had to take on their own destiny. And then when they take on the destiny, when they finally get up top, some of them had have not lived for their potential. Check out the story of the late great Dorothy Dandridge. That I think I did a story about. I don't know. I think I did a story about maybe 3 years ago. But I think as a baby, if I did, I might do it again. It just had to be twice on my channel. And I believe that she committed suicide back in 1965. Now people could say, "Oh, she got in this and she got in that," but look what she had to go through. And it also go with brothers too. You could do storyboard stories about our queens back in the past too. But I want our women in our community to do more stories about this too. And and the late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol, she's a trailblazer. First African American woman won the Tony Award back in '69. Do you know how hard it is even to get nominated? And I'm talking about, and I'm not talking, because I know I ain't no woman, but as a woman back then, I'm talking about an African American woman. How hard was it? Do you know how hard it is, black women? That it was actually women of certain nationalities, they played these crummy movies and they was getting nominated and win. Other Waters back then was getting passed over. Hattie McDaniel, I believe she won an Emmy back in 1939. Do you know how long that it took us for all these years to win an Emmy? An Emmy. And it was spaced out throughout almost 100 years. So, black women, when you say, "Oh, black men want this and that," that's not true. And it was more scandalous. It was probably more scandalous as a black woman back then. Women's rights, all that we was preaching back then, like almost 50, 60 years ago. But the black woman was getting those rights either. Diahann Carrol, not just a pack woman, she had packed out people. She brought smiles to us as a people. She made time to talk to us as a people. Do not let this media, do not let this system tell you, "Oh, she all about the women." Yeah, you see, she talk Oprah. I don't care about Oprah or maybe other ones, but I can tell you one thing, that Tyler Perry put some respect on her name, and I said that in the beginning. I don't know that she was part of the Walk of Fame. Tyler Perry, like the ones who part of Tyler Perry family, I'm talking film family. You know, each of them, their names is a part of his Walk of Fame on his studios, and I think that Diahann Carrol part of it, or he named a building tribute to Diahann Carrol, but don't quote me on that. But I know he's a big fan of hers. Speaking of, she's a big fan. He look up to her. So let's understand that we lost a giant. Maybe throughout humanity, they don't think that. And I'm sorry I'm tearing up like that, because she was one of my positive heroes. Wherever she's singing, and especially when she act, but wherever she sings, I know that it's possible for me that I will be okay. If I could do it, you could do it too. And I wish us as a people would take her spirit on like that, what I'm saying, but especially black women. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, thank you so much, Anna Crook. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So some of your black women, I said some. So some of your black women, when y'all just saying, "Oh, where's the rose at and everything like that," yeah, shoot, y'all got it kind of good, but it's still scandalous right now. The women that I mentioned, even Della Reese. Now I'm gonna do Della Reese maybe next. I don't know when. Thanks a lot, Alan Crooks. Della Reese was talking about how scandalous that what she was had to go through. Even black men was funny like Red Fox. They was like best of friends for a long, long time. So when Red Fox when he started sampling his son, he's bringing his old friends. So they start so they get some. And they was part of the children's circuit. And I'm talking about in the 70s, like almost 30, 40 years before that. So let's understand us as a people in this music and arts and everything. We have been robbed. There are other nationalities has played, has been playing our art, our music, and we don't have no saying over it. Let's continue. There is a constant fight. Now there some is fighting for it. Just a few, but ain't no change. Because now we got homosexuality comes in the picture. Now you got gender comes in the picture right there. But see, back then we didn't have nothing. But the black men back then, that we have each other. We pull each other through. But they don't want us to know nothing about that. Let me read what you read, Tony Smith. We should definitely pay homage to the good. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm doing right now. But these women need to do more of that too. And when you pay homage to these women, understand, yeah, you do it for the women, but understand they do it for our people too. Not just the women, even black men too. We gotta stop letting this system control that we have a gender problem. And we do, but it's gotta come from us. We gotta stop that. Because the black men, and I'm not gonna talk about the black men, but the black woman back then, they wasn't really getting none. That you think about it. I'm gonna name one. I'm gonna talk about one person for a few, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna ghost this one. Look at Julie Garland. She played in other roles, in other movies even before 1939. But when she got that role as Dorothy in 1939, Wizard of Oz, I'm talking about the original Wizard of Oz, she was going through problems, top of problems. And look what happened. All through the problems, she got a Julie Garland show. And this is fact. Go check it out. Proof read all that. Underrated. No, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be know everything, but I know what I'm talking about. And the black woman, I want you to hear this too. And Diahann Carrol is much more talented than she is. Yeah, she got a show, but that wouldn't last long. That's back in the 70s. Julie Garland had a show last for a minute. And she committed suicide back in 1969. A part of his alcoholism and all that, yo. I'm sad that she passed away. But the point that I'm making this that some of our women was getting put passed by. Again, I'm gonna say Hattie McDaniel won an Emmy back in 1939, the same year that The Wizard of Oz came out. And look how many years we have to wait that another one won an Emmy. I believe that Cynthia Portier. And look at all these years, y'all. And we was in iconic movies that mainstream that put like top 100, and we was not even getting nominated. And I ain't gonna talk about the people. I'm talking about black women playing prominent roles. They was giving it to other women that wouldn't even make no impact. Now there gonna be some people saying you don't respect women and this and no. See, y'all hear me wrong. I love black women. I love you. I love you. I love everything about you. But we gotta keep it real. They was passing black women by because of racism. So it works hand in hand. And she was multi-talented. The late great multi-talented Diahann Carrol. All right. All I'm just saying that these black women, she a trailblazer. And our people, we gotta put some respect on that name. And we gotta make sure that her legacy lives forever. And these black women, you need to listen out here too. You need to put some respect in these black women in the past had laid the foundation. Stop thinking about it's all about you and even black men too. But I'm talking about the black man goes for us too, but I'm talking about the black woman. Talk about I ain't working with this person, I ain't working with that person. Back then it wasn't even like that. What y'all was getting black women back right now, black women, what y'all was getting now, you know, black women back then like decades ago, they weren't even getting peanuts. I can't even say they was getting peanuts. They was getting pennies. They was getting dirt, crumbs. But they always make sure that they make sure that whatever picture that they in, whatever music they in, they stand out. That's how people is very resilient. And the black women back then, they was also married and have kids and still had outstanding careers. Thanks for coming, Raw Honesty. But you don't hear that on social media because they don't want you us to hear that. There are black women that had outstanding music and movie career and stuff, and loved their husband. Even their husbands was doing great, and they had outstanding marriages to great men. I mean, it ain't perfect, but you didn't want to hear about that. Look at Denzel Washington. So we need to put some respect in. Despite that, Diahann Carrol that was married 4 times, but it goes to show that she loved men. It didn't work out. So what? Everything could work out. And it's still sad. Thank you. And it's still sad that some of our women do not want to pay the respect of the black woman that paid away in the past. And even brothers, but I'm gonna keep it a women. It's sad and it gets me angry. And they were activists back then too. Yeah, there are some that fight for women's rights back then, but also they was fighting for our rights as a people too. Because the black women back then, they was getting discriminated by this system too. There are a lot of us in our community do not want to talk about it, but it's true. There were women back then who discriminated black women. They was robbing them. They was putting black women in background roles that they even would stand out back then. Was getting crumbs, like I said before. And I'm talking about women. And then if you see these white women, the other nationalities of women back then, they didn't have the talent like our women have. They didn't. But our black women stand out. When are some of the black women going to talk about that? Us, some of the brothers, we could talk about it. I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem talking about that. Because I love our black women. But it's about time that some of these black women that talks. Now I know Raw Honest T talk about it, and the realists talk about it. Yeah, I hear it from them, but it's got to be a whole lot more black women got to talk about the contributions in the past for our people, and they understand the system back then. See, all the things that these women's they was talking about. Oh, women go like that. The black they didn't consider the black woman part of that plan. And the black women back at that time, they knew that. So that means they had to carve their own legacy. And maybe, and I know this mainstream media right now do not want us to know about it because they want to bury them somewhere, like in the tombs and everything. Now, it's got to be up to us to bring them back alive, to let them know that we appreciate what you bring to the table for our people. Talking about the 60s and the 70s, it was actually women of other races did not respect the black women. They didn't even respect the constitution even then. And I'm talking about the 60s and the 70s. So what makes you think that they respect them back in the 30, 40 years? How you feel, beloved? Thanks for coming. They didn't respect them. That's why the black women, they had to create their own colleges, their own schools. Because they was not counted back, like I'm talking about the early 1900s going up to decades. Diahann Carrol was born in 1935. She was around those times. So black women, I would say this to you, and I ain't talking about the ones in the chat, but the ones outside. When they said that you was included and everything, they lying. Black women always create for our people. It was white colleges back then, women colleges back then. I'm talking about decades ago. The black woman was not part of that. And like again, they had to create their own colleges, create their own high schools, even create their own clubs. So at that time, they were trailblazing too. But us as a people, we don't want to talk about that. And they not just do it for me, like I said, they do it for our people. Like I said, man, some of y'all ain't ready for me. They ain't ready for me. I ain't said I'm this and that. No, it's not about that either. But I kick that truth, man. Check it out yourself. All I'm just saying, put some respect on the late, great, multi-talented Diahann Carrol. She did it her way. Excuse me, she was a long time breast cancer activist. And they don't even want to, they don't mention that. They want to make it over. Somebody, um, another women, like white women, Chinese women. They was the first one. No, Diahann Carroll was one of the pioneers. Was out there of breast cancer. Because they wasn't even mentioning that a black woman had breast cancer back then. It wasn't little notoriety. It was little notoriety about that. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, man, we better get back to the arts of our man, history, man. We need to pay homage to these ones that laid the foundation in the past and stop being part of this Milky Way microwave BS history that is in right now. And pay homage to ones that lay the foundation. That's all I know. So the ones who just came in, beloved, let me read this out. I post 2 songs. Um, Raw Honesty. I post 2 songs in the description box. Quiet Night. It was written by Joe Ben. Um, Quiet Night. That's the name of it. I believe that's back in the 50s. And the second song, Sent in the Clowns. Diahann Carrol. I believe she made that back in the 60s. If it could be both. I know No Quiet Nights was in the 50s, but Sent in the Clouds, also sang by Diahann Carrol. I believe that was in the 60s, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that, all right? So I want to thank y'all so much again. To be counted, let's be counted. And I want to thank especially our queens that are stand up right now, as you see in the chat. Yeah, yeah, I do have PayPal, so you just look at the chat, you will see it. Yeah, bro. But the black woman in the past that paid away, you need to pay homage to them, man. Pay homage to them. Of course, the black men too, but today, pay homage to these black women that paid the way. They're also trailblazers that this mainstream media do not want to do. They know, but they don't want to say nothing. They don't want to say it, but they know. They know. They know. They know. Hey, Tony Smith, before you go, post my Cash App, please. Can you post my Cash App again before I leave? Yeah. I'm just waiting towards me. Can you post Cash App for you? Well, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Now, I want to thank y'all so much. The one who came in late, and this is StreamYard, so it's going to take between 40 to 45 minutes when they finish upload. I don't know why. Can't answer that, but that's how long it takes. And again, I post two songs in the I posted two songs in the description box, Quiet Nights, sang by Diahann Carrol, and the other one, Send in the Clowns. I want y'all to listen to it. And the other lives that I did, I post songs on those lives. I want y'all to listen to those and put a comment on it, please. Very much appreciated. All right? Again, I salute to the black women. Thank you. Appreciate that, Tony Smith. Thank you. Appreciate that. And salute to the late, great, multi-talented Miss Diahann Carrol. Thank you so much to push on, to let us know the way we believe we could achieve it, despite impossible odds. Thanks for giving us the best of you, and especially throughout humanity, but especially our people. And now it's up to us now to make sure that she will be prevalent in our lives forever, and to let her daughter know that she are appreciated. And hopefully one day she will be a household name around the world that she should right now. But it's going to be up to us as people to make it happen. So on behalf of my channel, the underrated darkness, the underrated one, the number one grinder, aka Chef JT, not the chefing in the kitchen. I be chefing of information and respect my existence. And y'all too respect each other's existence. And I want to thank y'all for your time so much that we celebrate the late, great, multi-talented Diahann Carrol. We love you. We're gonna push. We're gonna make sure that you be remembered for the rest of your life. We're gonna make sure that. So, on behalf of everybody on the voiceless ones, have a good day. Rest in peace, the late, great, multi-talented Diahann Carrol. You will live on forever. On that, y'all have a blessed day. Be safe out there. This one is Ghost.